wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Firyal Safira, and I'm from English Education Department, B Class English course. I would like to give you an overview of Majalengka. I have divided my talk into 4 parts. First, about region description. Second, about tourist destination. Third, special food. And the last, about traditional art. Now, let's move to the first part of my talk, which is about region description. Majalengka has 26 sub-districts and 330 villages. It is flanked by several regencies. In the north of Majalengka, there are Cirebon, Indramayu, and Sumedang Regency. And in the south of Majalengka, directly bordering with Kuningan, Ciamis, and Tasikmalaya Regency. Then, Majalengka community has 2 languages. Most of them use Sundanese and the others use Japanese, especially in the north of Majalengka. That ends for the first part of my talk. Let's move to the next part, which is about tourist destination. Actually, there are a lot of tourist destination in Majalengka, but I just shared to you and described 5 of them. The first is Situ Sanghyang, and then Teras Sering Panyoyan, and then Curug Muara Jaya, and then Curug Cipeteuy, and last is Paralayang. Okay, first is Situ Sanghyang. In that place, there are the tomb of King Talgamanggung, then the big trees, and for sure, the situ. Situ here means lake, yeah, something like that. Okay, Situ Sanghyang also is the proof of the history of Kingdom Talagamanggung, because there is a tomb of King Talagamanggung. Second place is Teras Sering Panyoyan. In there are so many hills and onions. The weather is so cool, and then the scenery is so beautiful. Okay, and the third place is Curug Muara Jaya. The fourth place is Curug Cipeteuy. So the differences between Curug Muara Jaya and Curug Cipeteuy is Curug Muara Jaya has the very high waterfall, and the waterfall in in Curug Cipeteuy is just so. Also in the Curug Cipeteuy there are some rare plants in there. The last place is Paralayang. In that place, we can see the view of Majalengka because the Paralayang is on the hill. That ends for the second part of my talk. Okay, now I want to describe the special food in Majalengka. There are 2 special food in Majalengka. The first one is jalakotek. The second one is gula cakar. Okay, first is jalakotek. Jalakotek is like a pastel whose skin is made from a mixture of wheat flour and tapioca flour or aci, which is given spice, and salted tofu, also carrots in small pieces, and added with winey and mashed. Usually, Jalakotek sold at price of 2,000 per piece. For the next special food is gula chakar. Gula chakar here, same with sugar, but the difference is the sugar is mixed with baking soda so that it expands and to be printed in a square shape using baking pan. The color of the sugar is so interesting, which is red as a result of special food coloring agents. Of my third part of my talk. So now we come to the last parts, that is traditional art. So traditional art from Majalengka is Sampyeong. Sampyeong is a traditional game of fighting the dexterity and the power of hitting of or being hit by an opponent using a tool made of rattan measuring 60 centimeters. The game consists of two people that facing each other, both men and women, led by a referee called Majalengka. Both players use tirigos, which is a headgear made of cloth filled with soft materials, as head protectors, or also known as balakuta. Okay, that the ends for the fourth part of my talk. We come the to the last session. That is the summary and closing. That is, I would like to finish with a summary points. The first thing is region description. That Majalengka has 26 sub-district and 330 village, and then the second one is tourist destination. There are 5 that I have talked. The first is Situ Sanghyang, the second one Teras Sering Panyawayan, and then Curug Muara Jaya. Next is Curug Cipete, and last is Paralayang. So for the third part, I talk about the special food that are Calakotek and Gula Cakar. And for the last part, for the fourth part, is talking about traditional art. There's Samgyong. So what we need is keep our traditional culture, yeah, because we have to keep our traditional culture that other countries do not claim the art, to admit the art, and we should to continue this art to be preserved. That concludes my talk, so thank you for listening, And last, wabillahi taufiq hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.